bit about creating the startup within A1 Group and the team you put together to execute on the vision.
Yeah, well, as I mentioned, the team is more or less from both sides, existing Telekom and new fresh people, and we're working in parallel to A1. So more or less, we have the A1 team competing with Trido in the opposite way, which is helping us lift us.
Busy brother making hits like Al Capone. I keep a few alpacas in the carrot in my home.
The idea of digital telco was born a long time ago. We follow the trends and we're seeing what's going on. But why now is more or less the question. And why now is because people started changing their behavior. We are started seeing that more or less when people start using digital services, they don't use it just because, the tech geeks that would just like to try new stuff, but they use it, and once they see the added value, they continue using it. And the moment we saw this changing behavior, that more and more people are doing this, and not only in the innovators segment, but with the regular people, the everyday people, then we knew that it was the time.
I'm a low-down busy brother, hey. I'm a low-down busy brother.
The new digital telco brand is called Redo. Can you tell us a little bit about what the brand stands for and the value proposition of Redo?
It's pretty symbolic, Redo is because we have a big task currently, and this is to actually reinvent the industry. Because as I said, the people are changing their behavior, the business model is 20, 30 years old, and so obviously we have to move with their pace. We cannot afford to be slower as we were before, so we have to reinvent the whole industry with the speed that people are changing their behavior. And this is why it's symbolic, because we are redoing more or less what exists already, but we're doing it in a better way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 brothers that I couldn't care about, not even if I tried.
So any good ship at sea needs a good crew. Can you talk a little bit about why you picked LotusFlare to be your partner to build the new digital telco?
Yeah, thank you for reading my metaphor. So it is true, because if we have like the crew that is used to working on this kind of big ships on the small boat, it's a big challenge. So we knew that we needed people from outside the industry as well. But we also wanted to preserve the expertise that we have with an existing telco, with everything that's happening. And more or less, we are still part of A1 Group, but we got on another place, and we got like half of the team is people from outside of the organization, from different industry that are bringing with different knowledge, and the other half is more or less people from the telecom industry. And this kind of conversation between them unravels a lot of the complexity that we have built over time that no one actually knows what is it. Because when the fresh person from the banking or from an agency is coming and asking the question, hey, but why is this working like this? The expert that is coming from the field is more or less, I don't know, why is this working like this? And more or less, they try and unravel more and more complexity that for some reason it's unneeded. And this is a conversation that actually helps us design in a pretty lean way this kind of company that we're doing now, Redo, and we're trying to keep it like this and not introduce unneeded complexity in the world of telecoms.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We're coming from the telecom world. We know how challenging it is to move a big ship. All of our telecoms are like big, massive companies that have been built for a while, and that just changing course is like a really, really big ship that you're trying to do. And this demands a lot of effort and a lot of investment. And we realized that we better do a greenfield approach, so create a small boat that we can later grow, that it becomes big enough, so that we can navigate the sea properly.
And if a brother try to dog me, I'ma pull up with a phone. Full blown, catch him at the mattress store.
And so Redo launched about 6 months ago in Slovenia. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the initial results that you've seen, including the eSIM adoption?
But we can see really big adoption in eSIM, so we have around 70% of our customers are using eSIM, which is, for the industry is pretty big. This means that, our service is not yet for like elderly people, but it's not only for young people only. So more or less our segment, what we can see is that it's between 30 and 50-year-old people, and they are with the onboarding that we have done, and we have put a lot of effort in this to create an awesome onboarding. We can see almost no problem. More or less people are going through it easily. They are happy to be onboarded online, not having to go to the store to get a QR code to scan it so that they can get an eSIM. But more or less everything is happening in a matter of 3 to 5 minutes online by their own, which is something that they really like. So we can definitely see positive results.
That's a pretty amazing result. So 70% of new customers are onboarding via an eSIM onboarding flow, not using a traditional physical SIM card.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Signaling they never with the boys, but they posted in my comments talking drip like they the pros. Let me run it back.
And Aridu has already won an award in its short 6-month life. Maybe you can talk a little bit about the award that the brand won over the summer.
We became an eSIM MVNO of the year, which was a great recognition for what we have built, because the onboarding process is really amazing, and I know that everybody in the industry is saying like we can do this in 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, and it's amazing, best and so on. But to the person that is outside of the industry, a regular person, make them go through it, and this is where you can see the result.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got a couple musty brothers.
So what is next is more or less to offer everything that a convergent operator is offering. So we're going to be offering fixed services, what you call FMS, fixed mobile services, wireless, and everything else, including additional services that usually the legacy telecoms do not offer. So we're going to try and create this kind of new field that's going to be on its own and focused on delivering value to the customers, not more or less what we perceive today as telecoms. So everything that has synergies, we're going to be there.
I want to say personally, Iliyan, it's been a pleasure working with you on this project for the past 2 or 3 years, and seeing this go from whiteboard to actually launch new digital telco brand has been really exciting. So
Thank you for the partnership.
Thank you.
Pozdravljeni, ste 42. v čakalni vrsti. Vaš klic nam je zelo pomemben. Kaj pa če raj preskočiš vse vrste in vso svojo mobilno naročnino upravljaš znotraj enega appa? Prenesi Ridu in z eno aplikacijo urejaj vse. Lahko postaneš naročnik. Aktiviraš linijo. Povabiš frende. Tudi to, ja. Pa še to. Yep. Ajde, pretiravali ne bomo. Bomo pa v tvojih predlogih razmislili, ker nam je pomembna tvoja izkušnja. Zato ti damo možnost, da app soustvarjaš. Hvala za predlog, Barakos. Ta je zate. In rezultati? Povprečna ocena 4,5 v Google Play in App Store. Le 8,7% uporabnikov je kontaktiralo pomoč in skoraj 6,000 prenosov aplikacije v 2 mesecih. In ko je app enkrat v tvojih rokah, se nam lahko joinaš v točno 2 minutah in 53 sekundah. No, odvisen kako hiter klikaš. Evo, na hiter, ker ti nočemo krasti časa. Zato smo tu.